Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ray. Today we are going to be looking at your detailed tarot predictions for the rest of 2023. So let's get started. Okay, Leo, starting off with the King of Swords at the beginning of the year, male, female, take it how it resonates. For those of you who are dealing with a specific person, you could have an air sign coming your way, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But if this is your energy, it kind of feels like you are using this sword at the beginning of the year, Leo. You're cutting off toxic behaviors or toxic people from the past that are no longer serving you. You're kind of leaving 2022 behind and you're ready to move into 2023. And this is the attitude that you are going into the new year with. You're not going to tolerate anything that is not serving you. You have this Queen of Wands here. Again, masculine, feminine, take it how it resonates. Some of you could have a fire sign coming your way, Aries, another Leo, or a Sagittarius, but I'm seeing this as your energy. And for your message at the beginning of the year, the first quarter, we have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. For some of you, I feel like this could be a new connection coming your way with this King of Swords and the Queen of Wands here, especially if this is a new person or potentially even somebody that you're already seeing right now or somebody that's going to come your way in the beginning of the year. I'm also seeing this as your general energy, Leo, especially with this King of Swords here. If this is another person, initially they might kind of come across as a little bit cold and detached. You might have a difficult time figuring this person out. And that might be because I feel like this isn't their person's intentions to like come across this way. I think that's just how they are. You know what I mean? They are just in their King of Swords energy. That's just their personality. I don't necessarily think this person is keeping you at arm's distance on purpose. Like I said, I feel like they just come across this way. This person is very analytical, logical, rational, but you are coming through as all fire here, Leo, okay, with this Queen of Wands energy. Very passionate, okay, this could be passion about your career or finances for some of you. You know, keeping concentrated and focused and motivated on your goals, keeping your eye on the prize. But I'm also hearing like passionate about life in general, especially if there's a new connection coming your way in the beginning of the year, passionate about this person. I feel like this King of Swords is also very physically attracted to you, Leo, with you coming through as the Queen of Wands here as well. Starting in the spring, you have this Five of Wands energy. I feel like there could be competition here. For some of you, that might be in your career and finances, especially if you are trying to come up with a new idea or a new project. You might work in a very competitive environment. Even if you're unemployed right now, I feel like there's competition around you, especially if you're trying to find a new job opportunity in general. Some of you, this could be like arguments breaking out as well, potential competition, especially if you're dealing with a new connection at the beginning of the year. If this is a brand new person, Leo, some of you might feel like there's competition for this person's affection initially. This could also be conflicts breaking out between two people. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. For some of you, this could be a family member or a conflict with a friend, but it feels like there is some sort of like competition or rivalry going on here that you're going to have to deal with in the spring. But the Five of Wands is usually like a very petty energy. It's usually just something that kind of blows over, you know what I mean? Because like these five wands, for example, they're not directly aimed at each other, right? And that represents like the chaos going on in the middle of that conflict. Like, who are you really fighting with here? For some of you, this could also be some sort of internal conflict if you're trying to make a decision about something. You have the Four of Swords here, and we also have this chemistry card. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So, for those of you who are dealing with a connection in the beginning of the year, for those of you who are already in a stable relationship, by the way, this might not be a new person. This might be somebody that you're already with. If you're wondering what your relationship will look like in 2023, I am seeing potential for conflict with that Five of Wands. But again, I feel like with this Four of Swords here, this is a healing card, this is a healing energy. I feel like eventually that string between the two of you, that chemistry will just kind of gravitate you back towards each other, okay? I feel like whatever this argument is between the two of you in the beginning of the year, again, possibly in spring, it will blow over eventually and the two of you will move past it. For those of you who are single right now, If you're dealing with a new connection, you might decide to just take a break from dating in general, especially if this is something that doesn't work out or that ends in another conflict with that Five of Wands. I'm hearing if I have to fight for your attention, then fuck your attention. You know what I mean? There might be chemistry between the two of you. And again, for some of you, I feel like this is a healing energy with the Four of Swords. The two of you might have an initial argument, but it kind of blows over as long as you give it time and as long as you communicate. With this Four of Swords here, I am seeing recovery, I am seeing healing. And with this chemistry card, I feel like most of you are going to get over this together. For some of you, this could just be like issues from the past resurfacing, whether that be the past between the two of you if you're already in a connection with somebody, or past energies getting in the way if this is a new connection. But it kind of feels like you're just going to have to take a break and like recharge your batteries and rest for a while. Some of you might decide to just like take a break from dating altogether. You have the Eight of Swords here. I am seeing a lot of anxiety and stress about a certain situation in spring, and I feel like this is tied to that Five of Wands and that Four of Swords there. For some of you, it kind of feels like this might be some self sabotage going on. It might not be intentional, Leo, but whatever this conflict is going on in the first half of the year with the Five of Wands and the Four of Swords, again, I'm almost seeing a connection here between this Eight of Swords and this Four of Swords. You know, when that negative self talk starts to resurface, when you start worrying about the past, you're going to end up projecting the past onto your present situation or onto the future. Okay, some of you are really feeling trapped right now about whatever this decision is, whatever this competition is, this conflict, and it's making you like it's limiting yourselves. Some of you are limiting yourselves. That's what I'm hearing. You're restricting yourselves because you're afraid of making a certain decision. In the middle of the year, starting in the summer, we have the Page of Wands here. This is more fire energy. For some of you who are already involved in a stable connection, there could be children involved here. But we also have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership as one of your love oracle messages this year. And for most of you, I feel like your main focus could be on the connection with this person, whether this is a new person or a connection that you're already in, a stable relationship, especially if there's some sort of conflict going on in the spring. I feel like you will hear communication from this person. And again, I feel like this is nothing that the two of you can't move past together if you are willing to open up communication with this page here and work on your partnership. I'm also hearing for a lot of you that you could be very focused on creative expression in the summer with this Page of Wands. Like there might be some sort of new idea or spark of creativity or inspiration that kind of comes your way. And it's putting you in this very passionate, free spirited energy. Just go with the flow. Especially with this give your relationship a chance card. I feel like some of you need to let go of control issues here, Leo. It might be the other person, so take it how it resonates. But somebody here might be acting emotionally immature with this Page of Wands here. And it feels like as long as the two of you can move forward together by admitting that childish behavior, then you can move past it. In the middle of the year, in the summer, you have this Judgment card as well. Now, with this healing Four of Swords energy and with that communication with the Page of Wands, some of you could potentially have a past person coming back your way in 2023. Again, it might be in the middle of the year, in the summer for some of you. And it feels like this past person might be coming forward to offer an apology. Again, for some of you, this could be a current conflict that started in the spring, and that person might be kind of coming back around to offer you an apology a few months later in the summer if there's like this awkward period of non-communication or silence between the two of you. I'm hearing some of you, there might be like a silent treatment going on, especially if there's poor communication or none at all at this point in the year. But for those of you who do have a past person coming back your way, I'm not necessarily seeing you focused on the past though. Especially starting in 2023 with that King of Swords energy. It feels like this year you're very focused on the future, on your future specifically. If you are cutting off a toxic past person this year, it feels like you're not going to tolerate this treatment anymore. Like the most I'm seeing you offer this person with this judgment card is closure. You know, the two of you might have like a conversation to like reevaluate where things went wrong. It feels like you or this person, somebody here is doing a lot of reflection with this imagery, okay? And reevaluating the relationship so that you can reach absolution, okay? I feel like this person wants forgiveness. And you might be willing to give that to them, Leo, but I'm not necessarily seeing a second chance here. We have the Two of Wands here, and you have this attraction message as well. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Again, I feel like for those of you who are making a decision when it comes to another person this year, because I feel like this connection is going to be the main focus of 2023 for you, Leo, whether it be with a new person or a current connection. And I'm kind of seeing the two of you moving through cycles together, especially with this healing energy up here in the spring. Some of you might have a decision to make in the summer about whether or not you want to give this person a second chance and move forward, or move forward on your own. And I feel like what you need to do this year is focus on this advice card, is attract. Okay, you need to do this in order to make the most of 2023 because the attraction card is about manifestation. You know, the more you focus on the positive, the more you stay optimistic, the more you enjoy where you are right now, gratitude is the attitude, the more you can manifest positivity to you. And I feel like this is kind of an advice card because this is what you need to focus on this year. So for those of you who have a big decision to make this year in the summer, it feels like you just need to ask yourself, which one of these paths, which one of these options is going to help me attract what I want for myself? Starting in the fall with the Page of Pentacles, some of you could have an earth sign coming your way, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have two pages here now with the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Some of you might be shifting your focus to your career and finances in the fall. Also, potentially your education for those of you who are still a student or are thinking of going back to school. But it feels like in the fall, you're focused on staying grounded, on thinking about things practically, and also on learning new skills, especially for those of you who are shifting your focus to your career and finances in the fall. For some of you, this could be a new idea or a new project, a new job opportunity altogether. And it kind of feels like whatever you are in your career right now, you're kind of learning to build off of this pentacle. Like this is your main focus in the fall. You also have the 10 of Wands here. There's the ending of a cycle coming for you in the fall in 2023, Leo. And it looks like the two most stressful months of the year for you are going to be May with this 8 of Swords here and October with this 10 of Wands. For most of you, I feel like in the first half of the year, again, I feel like your main focus is on this connection with this person, whether it be a past person coming back around or conflict with a current person or a new person. And then in the fall, I'm seeing you kind of shifting your focus in the second half of the year to your career and finances. So I'm seeing potentially some relationship stress and also some work stress. With this 10 of Wands here, we're reaching the end of a cycle though. And it kind of feels like a lot of you are focused on like responsibilities and obligations, especially if this is just kind of the normal duties of every day, doing your job, getting shit done. But in terms of relationships as well, it kind of feels like you're ready to drop that burden, especially if you're dealing with a past person this year, Leo. It feels like it's not up to you to carry this burden anymore. And you can choose to drop it and release all of that extra weight whenever you want. You have the Two of Cups here, and we have 3 twos. I want to point that out before I forget. We have number 20, the Major Arcana, with this Judgment card, 2 plus 0 equals 2. And we also have the Two of Wands here as well. And now the Two of Cups. Again, I feel like some of you are going to have to make a decision in 2023, Leo, and it's going to be a life-changing decision. I know that sounds like pressure, okay? But for some of you, again, it could be about a past person coming back around, or some sort of decision regarding a relationship or some sort of partnership. It could be a partnership in business for some of you. It could be a familial relationship or a friendship, or yes, for some of you, it could be a romantic relationship with a past person or a current connection or a new person. But I'm seeing a lot of cycles that you're going through this year, Leo, because we have this 10 of Wands here representing the end of a cycle. And then we have the Fool card here as well, representing the beginning of another cycle. And I'll get to that card in a minute. But it kind of feels like with all of these twos here representing two different paths, two different decisions, more than one option, more than one possibility. Some of you are thinking about advancing right now, exploring your options, keeping your options open, exploring your prospects. And I'm also seeing in terms of your relationships, potential reconciliation here. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give this person a second chance. Some of you will, with that give your relationship a chance card, work on your partnership. But again, it feels like for some of you, I'm just kind of seeing the two of you going through cycles together. This might be a very opposites attract kind of connection as well with this Two of Cups here, especially if the two of you, there's like a sense of duality here. You might balance each other out, and sometimes that can make it more difficult to get on the same page, especially with that conflict there with the Five of Wands. Because whatever conflict is coming up in the spring here, especially if the two of you are very different, that might be what always rubs each other the wrong way. And that might be why the two of you end up keep going through these cycles together, because there are things about your relationship that you need to actively improve and to work on to get that balance back in your connection. At the end of the year, we have this Fool card. So again, I'm seeing the end of a cycle and the beginning of another one with this Ten of Wands here, and then we have a new beginning with the Fool card. And that's also a literal meaning as well. The ending of one year and the beginning of another coming in December with the Fool card. Okay, life moves in cycles. But I'm also seeing this double imagery here because both of these cards with the Page of Wands and the Fool, both of these characters are dancing, right? This one is leaping off the edge of a cliff. They're ready to take a leap of faith. But both of these cards are about being a very free-spirited energy. And again, I'm seeing like this advice card here being about attraction. The more you focus on positivity, the more you attract. I feel like a lot of you are using the law of manifestation in 2023, even if you might not necessarily be doing it consciously. The more you focus on this free-spirited energy, the more you focus on the positive, the more you attract. And I feel like this is your main advice card in 2023, Leo. This is what you need to do to have a good year, is to just stay in that high vibration, stay in that positive energy. Clarifying the Eight of Swords is the Nine of Swords. So we have a progression here. And the imagery on this card is very similar, right? I feel like a lot of you are letting your anxiety get in the way of you making a decision in the spring, Leo. And again, it might not be conscious. It might be some self-sabotage going on here. It could be completely subconscious. But it kind of feels like a lot of you, when it comes to this conflict, are making it bigger than it has to be. This could be the other person's energy, so take it how it resonates. It feels like somebody here is letting their past get in the way. Somebody here is making fear-based decisions because that anxiety, they're stressing themselves out for no reason. This person is worrying over nothing. Because again, with this Five of Wands here, this is usually a very petty energy. Something small that kind of grows out of hand and blows up into something bigger than it needs to be. But with that Four of Swords there is a lot of potential for healing here for whatever this conflict is. It just kind of feels like somebody is so focused on the negative here, on all the different ways that this situation could go wrong, that they're manifesting negativity. Okay, because this attraction card goes both ways. If you're not careful about your own thought patterns and thinking habits, Leo, you can attract negativity just as easily as you can attract positivity. Clarifying the Ten of Wands is the Queen of Swords. Again, gender and sex are all fluid in the tarot, so take it how it resonates. But what I'm seeing here now is the King and the Queen of Swords. Again, this could be your energy if you're just balancing yourselves out. You could be aligning yourself more closely with your values. But I'm also seeing this as a potential soulmate connection, Leo. And again, it feels like that Ten of Wands is getting in the way of the two of you moving forward here, because somebody is too focused on the past. I feel like this Ten of Wands here is about the past being a burden. But the Queen of Swords is a very clever woman, right? She knows how to separate herself from those anxious thoughts and think, okay, is this really something that I should be worried about here? The Queen of Swords is smart enough to understand when something is within her control. The Queen of Swords knows that she can control her thoughts, that she can control her anxiety, that she can choose to drop this burden anytime and focus on attracting positivity instead of more negativity. Okay, Leos, I feel like those were the messages that you needed to hear for the rest of 2023. You can comment down below if any of these messages resonate or like this video to let me know. If you never want to miss a tarot prediction from me, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified every time I upload another tarot reading for you. You can follow me on all my socials if you want to. I post weekly messages on Facebook and Twitter, and I like to post cute little random pick a card readings on Instagram. So if you're interested in any of that, the links will be in the description box below. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.